Hi, it's Dr. Wu. What I want to talk about this month is something very important. It's the lymphatic system. We don't think of the lymphatic system because it's not an organ. But unless we're moving, unless we're doing some type of exercise, the lymphatic system gets plugged up and we get congested in our nose, we get swollen in our glands, we have problems with our stomach, and the body just doesn't function. Look at this chart for a second. These are the lymph glands in the neck. All of these. If this lymph gets blocked, why does it get blocked? Because of lack of movement. So I'm going to show you some exercises specifically to free up the lymph. If we get the lymph moving, you're able to throw out disease. If you're going to start to get a cold, the lymph glands, of course, get blocked first. Clear the lymph. No cold. You start to get stomach disorders, clear the lymph, no stomach disorders. It's one of the secrets that they don't talk about in medicine is keeping the lymph moving. How to do the lymphatic massage to clear the lymph. We're going to clear the lymph in the throat area, right under the arm, in the inner thigh, and on the bottom of the feet. There's 3 points that really clear the lymph system. So this is Anastasia. She's going to be our model today. If you'd lay on your back for a second, just slip off your shoes if you don't mind. Okay, so when I'm starting with a new patient to clear the lymph system, I start and I go behind, and right in this area, right under the arm, this is where some of the lymph glands are, and these will get swollen. Like if you're getting a cold or a flu or something, you get a little sore in here and in the neck area. Up in here in the neck area. So it's like a milking, like you'd milk a cow. And that's what I'm going to do. Just one hand here and the other one there. And very gently I'm just squeezing. And as you do this, it starts to move the lymph. So we get the lymph moving, and if there's congestion in the neck or congestion under the arm, this starts to open it up, and then the person's nose will start to drain. And they'll get all those mucuses and all that stuff out of the system, and you'll start to feel better. So you do this for about 2 to 3 minutes and ask the patient, is this painful at all, either one?
No.
No, so her lymph's pretty clear. And then the other side, again, right over here, I'm pinching just lightly, up and down, just like I'm milking a cow. Pumping the lymph system. So by pumping the lymph, you get all this clear, and in no time at all, the patient will feel good. So those are pretty clear. Then, come down to the feet area, and on the feet, right in the center here, you put your thumb there. I'm holding her leg like this. I'm just going to grab her leg, and I'm going to put my thumb right there. There's like a little hole you'll feel. Take the foot, and then you just relax, dear, and I'll just pump it like this. As I do that, it starts to move the lymph all through the leg. I get all that lymph moving, all that stuff. So if there's a congestion in the body, clears it right out of the feet. So we're going to clear both feet and do the lymph. Is this painful at all?
No.
No, so her lymph's pretty clear down here. So I got a good hold. Place my thumb right there. You can practice this on your family, on your kids, on your friends, and just clear this. So if somebody's starting to get a cold or the flu, or they're just feeling the blahs, start to clear out their lymph system. Both sides. You do this side, and then reaching on the other one, putting my finger right in that little, you'll feel like a little notch. It's an acupuncture point. It's on the stomach meridian. And just moving the foot up and down. Don't let the patient move their foot. You're going to move it for them. And that clears the lymph. Now here's one. You got to ask for permission for this one because it's on the thigh. So it's just, you're kneading the thigh, the inner thigh. Is that sore? Sometimes this one's sore.
A little bit.
Yeah. And this, because most of the lymph's in the stomach area. So we work this, and when we work this area, both thighs, and you're kneading it again, like a pussycat, clawing, just doing that, clearing all that, starting to clear the lymph, starting to clear that, clear the whole body, and in no time at all, she's gonna feel great. We're still working on the lymphatic system, and in my office of acupuncture, I do acupuncture for a living, homeopathic medicine, and a lot of internal Qigong, moving the energy. I want to show you something, first of all, with a machine that I have. It's called the light beam generator. It's a machine, and what it has a photon beam. Photon beam, like a little blue light, and you'll hear a little buzzing. It makes a little buzzing sound. And when I place these on Anastasia, one up here, you just put your hand on that here. Ooh. And one over here, just place your hand on that. What this does is it starts to send a little electrical shock through her whole body. So you feel that? Yeah, it gives you like a little electrical shock. So anywhere I touch on her body, whoa, we give her a little electric shock. And what it's doing is very lightly, it's squeezing the whole body. It's allowing the lymph. So if a person comes in, this works great with children for sure, because kids don't have a belief structure that the lymph doesn't move. They just go, of course the lymph moves. Put this on, gives them a little shock, and in no time at all, viral infections, bacterial infections, fungal infections, clears the whole lymphatic system. So usually I leave this on for about 15 minutes. What it does is it clears the whole system. So now I'm going to show you how medical Qigong works. Okay, we're going to take these away. When I'm doing medical Qigong, I'm going to reach into her system, like I'm going to reach into her energy field. But before I reach in and I'm inside of her field, you never know what someone has. So you want to do some protections on yourself. What I do, pull up the energy, pull it through my body, down to the lower Tantian. I start to pull energy through myself and put like a protective shield around myself. Now, if you have my book, the one Turn Stress into Power, that has secret mudras, hand mudras, that I use to put a protection around me. So I do the hand mudras just like in the book. One is fun. I start to put smiles down the front of my body, down the back, right through the center of my body. 2 is Shu. I melt down to the bottom, melt all my energy into my feet and into the ground. 3 is Tree. I send my energy down deep into the ground. 4 is Core. I start to bring that energy up and into the lower Tandian. 5 is Alive. I feel that energy surging through every part of my body. 6 is Thick. I feel my aura getting bigger. I expand my whole physical aura. 7 is Heaven. I shoot my energy up into the heavens. 8 is Gate, and I imagine the energy of the sun, the moon, and the stars starting to pour into my system, lighting myself up. 9 is Divine. Now, with that energy around me, I pull it and I cover myself. And I cover this room. Now I walk in and cover the patient. Start to move the energy around. Now, pulling off all the negative energy that may be stuck in her energy field. Grabbing that, pulling it through the body. And I start with the lungs. Reaching in, I'm imagining my fingers are long. Grabbing and pulling that energy. Any stale energy that might be stuck in her, I start to pull this stale energy out. Move it right into the vortexes, back into the ground, clearing all the energy in the lower Tantian, clearing it in the middle Tantian, clearing it into the upper Tantian, raking and sending that energy out of her body. That's just the beginning of medical Qigong. It goes on and on until a person feels light, vibrant. Not only am I touching their physical body, I'm touching the meridians and I'm touching the spiritual, energetic body. So the lymphatic system is so important important to keep the lymph moving. The lymph's moving, things move through your body, you don't get stagnation. If there's a stagnation of energy, a blockage in the flow of qi, what happens is the blood doesn't flow correctly. When the blood doesn't flow, the lymph doesn't flow, the qi doesn't flow, you get some form of disease. So these exercises, these will show you how to move the lymph through your body, how to keep yourself strong and healthy. So I always start by pulling up the energy from the ground. Turn my hands over and grab the energies from the heavens. Pull it right down to my lower Dantian. Again, inhaling, pulling up the energies from the earth. Reaching up, grabbing the energies from the heavens. Pulling it down right into my lower Dantian. Last time, inhaling. Inhaling more. Now exhale. Hands are by your sides, and I'm just going to throw the energy. So I imagine I got something in this hand, something in this hand. My attention is on the exhale. Inhale. See, when I'm turning like that, this is getting squozen. I squeeze this and I squeeze that and I move the lymph just like in a massage. When I'm turning my body, I'm squeezing my thighs, starting to move the lymph and starting to get more energy into my body. A person will get congested in their chest and their kidneys. So this is one that I throw in for the lymphatic system. Cup my hands, both hands. What I'm going to do is I'm going to strike and strike. So in the front, I'm hitting right under the clavicle, and in the back, I'm hitting the kidney. That starts to move the lymph through the system. So let's do 36 of them together. Inhale, exhale. I feel the qi moving through my whole body. This lymph exercise I've shown many people, and I'll tell you why. If a person's congested and they can't talk, or if their lips, if they're sore, and neck, legs get sore, their body just aches from some kind of cold, some kind of flu, some form of disease. This really gets rid of it. I mean, it's a great one. I do this exercise every morning down, and then I do this set, and keeps me healthy, keeps me strong, keeps me happy, keeps me young. So here's how it goes. The hands come up like you're moving in water. Then they turn over and they drop. So the hands go up and drop. You inhale, exhale. So I inhale through my nose, exhale through my mouth. As I'm doing this exercise, I just let my body bounce, starting to work this lymph under my arms and in my neck at the same time. Let's do it together 36 times. Now, I'm going to show you the next one. This way, we got the lymph moving in the upper part of the body, but we want the lymph to move in the lower part of the body too. There's an acupuncture point right over here, right in the middle. Let me see if I grab that foot. Right in the middle there, there's an acupuncture point. So when you come up in your toes and you drop like that, you start to affect the stomach meridian. So you move all the lymph in the stomach meridian. There's so many lymph glands around the body, in the stomach, and here. They're all over the body. So sometimes you hear people getting lymphedema. They get swollen. Other times people get cancer of the lymph glands. If you do this, no blockages, no discomfort, no stress, and no strain. I'll tell you a little story. A while ago, many centuries ago, he was a king, in fact, and he had his wise men. He said, before I leave my kingdom, what I want to leave to everyone in my kingdom is my legacy, because I'm the king. So he called all his wise men, and he said, wise men, what I want you to do is I want you to get together and I want you to write the meaning of the universe. I want you to put these books together and come back, because I'm going to leave this for my kingdom so they'll remember me forever. So the wise men went out and they left for a year. And they came back with 12 volumes. They brought this to the king, and the king read it, and he said, my wise men, you are brilliant. You are just brilliant. But nobody is going to read 12 volumes. So you need to condense it. He sent them out again. This time they were gone for 2 years. And they came back and they had the one book. And they presented it to the king. And the king read it and he said, my wise men, the wisest of the wise. You are brilliant, just brilliant. But nobody's going to read a book, a whole book in my kingdom. You need to make it smaller. So the